Hi YouTubers, it's SmokeS77. Let me show you the housekeeping. Gwyff Hogarth, cherry, pretty good snuff. I snuffed this today when I made my first video. It's good, it has a hint of cherry, not too sicky sweet. I'd say mild to medium cherry smell. I went to my tobacconist today with my friend, and I got 2 cigars. One I smoked already. I'll do a review of that tomorrow. And I got an Ashton Maduro number 60, which is one of my favorite cigars. Definitely in my top 3. But this video is going to be pretty serious. And it's also going to be pretty long. So if you're not into watching long videos, I would recommend you click off right now. Or just click off whenever you want to. This video is going to be kind of a response to Pipe from CHS, and kind of a response to my other videos and Stormwolf's video, and VSL David's video, and kind of an ongoing subject that's been talked about. Tobacco freedoms. So, Stormwolf made a video, and VSL David made a video, and I recommend you check out their channels. They're good. It was basically talking about, the future of our hobby. And yes, I've already made about 3 videos on this topic, but this is going to be a little different. What I talked about was mainly, what in the future, what are we going to see for, because no one's going to deny that tobacco is getting more regulated in every part of the world. Unless you're living in, a third world African country or island, and I mean no racist tendencies by that. Tobacco is getting more regulated just daily. I mean, England recently announced that next year they'll be taking out tobacco off display. Just like Canada, Ireland, Finland, Iceland, and Australia. So, by 2015, you won't be able to see any tobacco in England. 2 years ago, in the United States, President Obama signed into law the Family Prevention and Tobacco Control Act, which did many things to regulate tobacco, mainly cigarettes, which is good, because I don't smoke cigarettes, and so pipes and cigars were mostly exempted from it. Because, I mean, the FDA gained control of the tobacco industry, but most of the controls over the cigarette industry. Now, the main topic of this video is, and I'm just going to say it out loud, I'm just going to say it straightforward, I'm not going to deny it. Do you think tobacco will ever be banned in the United States? Will become a legal substance? I mean, cannabis, marijuana, was legal for many years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, and then became illegal in 1970, 71, I believe, by Richard Nixon. Do you think tobacco will become illegal in the United States or anywhere in the world? There already are a few countries that are thinking of going tobacco-free. Those countries include Finland and New Zealand. Sorry. New Zealand says they should be tobacco-free, and this is not just smoking bans, or this is not even you can't smoke in your house. This is, we won't sell tobacco anymore by 2025, which is 14 years. Excuse me, I might have to sneeze. That's the only disadvantage of doing snuff is the sneeze. So if I have to blow my nose, I'm sorry to my viewers. Finland is thinking about going tobacco-free, or should be tobacco-free, by 2040. So like 36 years or something like that. Or no, how many years would that be? 21, 31, 29 years. 29 years. So, and a country in the Himalayas actually went cigarette-free a couple years ago. Now, do I think tobacco will become an illegal substance in the United States? It's hard to say. I personally, and I'm saying this not just because I want to believe it, but I don't think it will become an illegal substance in my lifetime. If you figure that average person lives to about 75, 80 years old, so I'll probably die around, wow, that's kind of scary thinking about when we'll die. I'll probably die around, I'm 20 now, I'm 20. If I live to be 80, yeah, that's like, I'll probably die around like 2070 or something like that. Personally, I don't think tobacco will become illegal by then. I think what we're going to see is very slow and progressive. Maybe in 100 years, or maybe in 300 years, tobacco will become illegal. Excuse me, I have to blow the snuff. Sorry. I'm really sorry. That's what happens when you snuff. It starts to go into the back of your throat, which is not good. Kind of smells cherry. But back to the subject. I don't think tobacco will become illegal in my lifetime. Will it become illegal in my... I don't plan on having children, but if I do choose to have children, will it become illegal in my children's lifetime? Maybe. The thing about tobacco is you have to understand about any kind of tobacco, whether it's cigarettes, cigars, pipes, snuff, chew, dips, noose, whatever, hookah, cigarettes and tobacco, especially cigarettes, fund a lot of heavy taxation. I mean, if you go to like New York or like Chicago or I don't know, Atlantic City, New Jersey, cigarette packs are like $10. If you go to like Australia, cigarette packs are like $15, $17. So I mean, there's a lot of taxation on cigarettes, and so I mean, every time you buy a tobacco product, whether it's from a tobacconist, online, not really online, but you get what I'm saying. Anytime you buy tobacco, a lot of that money goes to the government, and the cap wants me to let him in. Okay, so the point being, if we ban cigarettes, if we make cigarettes illegal, then where are we going to get all this money from? Can you excuse me for a second? I just have to let my cat into my room. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Sorry, I have to let my cat into my room. He's a good kitty. Sorry, we stepped on your foot earlier today. So where are we going to get all this money if we eliminate cigarettes, if we eliminate tobacco? Where are we going to get all this money from? What are we going to tax instead of cigarettes? I don't know the exact number, the exact amount of money that is benefited from taxing cigarettes, but it's a lot. It's probably in the millions, if not billions of dollars. So, if we ban cigarettes, if we ban tobacco, where are we going to get all this money from? It's just going to be a huge... It's kind of like the guy, if you watch the movie, if you YouTube search "stop smoking cigarettes," This guy says, you know, if the cigarette industry just stopped making cigarettes when they started losing lawsuits, you know what would happen in a very short amount of time. The government would have been begging the cigarette industry to produce again. Because even with all the cancer, even all the horrible things that cigarettes do, they fund so much money. That's why I find it hard to think of tobacco becoming a legal substance. I mean, marijuana, not to get off track, but marijuana has other reasons why it's illegal, besides the fact that actually I'm quite for the legalization of marijuana, even though I don't smoke it. I mean, but the reason I just don't see tobacco being an illegal substance. I mean, Stormwolf said, "Oh yeah, in 20 years, I can see tobacco becoming an illegal substance." No. What I see in the next, you know, 10 years, I think we're going to start seeing what happened to Canada happen to us. The United States is following Canada's footsteps with tobacco regulation. Tuffy, my cat is whacking my camera stand, my tripod. The United States is following Canada's footsteps for tobacco regulation. That's why there are going to be graphic warning labels on cigarette packs next year, starting September of next year. So a little over a year. That's why you can no longer get flavored novelty cigarettes. Because Canada did that also. I think what we're going to see also is in the next 5 to 10 years, convenience stores are not allowed to display tobacco. They have to be kept under the counter, because I think the United States is really going to follow in Canada's footsteps. But still, even if you take tobacco off display, the whole thing that influences you know, legislators and lawmakers is the children. Protecting the children from the evil cigarette industry. That's what influences all these laws, like the Family Prevention Smoking Act, Tobacco Control Act, and the PACT Act. All those laws is protecting the children from the evil cigarette industry. So you'll see things like taking tobacco off display in convenience stores and gas stations, because then the children won't be enticed to buy tobacco. But they can still, I mean, you usually think of adults buying alcohol for minors, but at least in the United States, but in Canada, kids just get adults to buy their tobacco. So I mean, I really don't see that as much of a deterrent. I think we're also going to see much more severe penalties for stores and people who break the law and give or sell tobacco to minors. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 15-20 years if there is much more severe penalties for stores that sell tobacco to minors, to include things like, on a second offense, you lose your license forever. It's happening, I mean, very quickly. I mean, right now in the state of Massachusetts, if you sell tobacco to a minor, it's not a slap on the wrist, but it's not much of a deterrent. I mean, usually it's like $100 fine, $200 fine, maybe a couple days loss of license. I mean, no one gets arrested, no one gets... I mean, at worst, maybe the employee gets a fine, but it's not much of a deterrent. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot more things like cracking down on stores that sell tobacco to minors. You're going to see more warning labels. And you're going to see more and more places going smoke-free. I estimate probably in the next 15 to 20 years, there will be really no places you can smoke inside in the U.S. Your own house, sure. Your own apartment that's smoking loud? Sure. Your own condominium? Sure. Your own property? Sure. Tobacco shop? Hookah bar? Cigar bar? Hotel room? No. It's happening very quickly. I mean, last, what? 2 years. I mean, not even, in the last, a little over 2 years, we've already seen a huge change in the way we regulate cigarettes and tobacco. I mean, we can't even call Marlboro Lights anymore. All the Krtek or clove cigarettes have to be called cigars. I mean, it's just happening very fast. Do I think tobacco will ever become an illegal substance? That's something I really can't answer. But I think our biggest job should be as pipe smokers, cigar smokers, hookah smokers, non-cigarette smokers, and users of less risky products. I think our job should be to educate the people who hate cigarettes, hate tobacco, and educate them on how pipes and cigars are less risky than cigarettes, and they don't carry the horrible side effects that cigarettes do. The reason that the real reason people hate tobacco is cigarettes and chewing tobacco and dip, because that's the tobacco products that cause so much heartache and so much sadness and so much cancer. As for pipes and cigars, I mean, yeah, every now and then you'll get a case of cancer, but I mean, cigarettes are monstrous. I mean, they cause lung cancer, pancreatic cancer, heart disease, strokes, death. The really only major, not even risk, the only major consequence of moderately smoking a pipe and or cigar, is oral cancer. That's the only major consequence of doing it. So I mean, I don't know. But I mean, we should start before this tobacco propaganda that's been going on for hundreds of years gets out of hand. We need to educate people on how there are less risky tobacco products. There's been very little study done on pipes and cigars, if that may surprise you, but there's been very little study done on them. Most studies you'll find on pipe and cigar smoking are on people who inhale constantly, and I bet a lot of those people are ex-cigarette smokers, and are used to smoking unfiltered Camels, that kind of stuff. What's surprising is actually when you when you look up pipe and cigar smokers who don't inhale, you'll actually find that they tend to live longer lifespans, because, I mean, what's more relaxing than smoking a pipe or cigar? A nice Ashton Age Maduro number 60, a nice, Barry Cobbler, Northwoods. I mean, it can relax you, and, I mean, it still has nicotine, it still has carcinogens, it's still tar, it's still carbon monoxide, but it can relax you in a certain way that, it can also add years to your life, if that makes sense. Now, that's about it. I rambled on for probably 15 minutes now, but, honestly, I don't see tobacco being banned anytime soon. If it is banned, in the next, I mean, will it ever be banned? Probably. But who knows? I mean, by the time they want to ban tobacco entirely, we may have, found a cure for cancer, we might have found a cure for AIDS, found a cure for MS, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, so I mean, if we can cure cancer, I mean, then there's really no point in banning tobacco because all the people who get cancer from smoking cigarettes, whatever, will simply be able to be cured. It will be treated as a less risky product. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't see tobacco being banned anytime soon. I think it will become more regulated. I think there will definitely be much more regulation on tobacco. Actually, I experienced that myself today. The cigar and pipe shop I go into, Watch City Cigar, they had a notice on their door that said, you have to be 18 years old to enter the shop, to even just go into the shop. No exceptions, no excuses. That's what it said. Tobacco is becoming more regulated. It probably won't be banned, but in the next 10, 15, 25, 50 years, we will see more regulation on this product. But we can help ourselves and delay tobacco being banned or prevent tobacco from being banned by educating the anti-smokers, the people who hate tobacco, about less risky forms of tobacco, like snuff, nasal snuff, like snus, like cigars and pipes. I mean, snuff. I mean, nasal snuff has a over 400-year history of use with like nothing connected to cancer. I mean, I could use this product 10, 20 times a day, and the risk of cancer is really nothing. It still has a warning label on it, of course. This tobacco product can damage your health and is addictive. But I mean, I think we need to start educating people on that tobacco is not all horrible. And speaking of that, nicotine has been shown to do more things than just get people buzzed. A lot of people say nicotine can prevent Alzheimer's, it can impact Parkinson's, it can even help ADHD students. So I mean, it can't be all that bad. I mean, it can't be all bad. Every product, I mean, look at marijuana, it helps people with cancer, people with pain. I mean, there must be some good quality to tobacco. Maybe not when you smoke or ingest it, but maybe through nicotine medicine. I don't know. But I'll leave it up to you. I would love to hear your thoughts. Give me, comments, video responses. I would love video responses to this. King Siggy, Tobacco Row, everyone who's watching this video, give me video responses. Give me comments. Give me feedback. Do you think tobacco will be banned? Do you? So, my little joke that's a train. Sounds like the train is passing by. I've actually, on a side note, I have a little joke going on in my head. I've had this joke in my head for a while. That if tobacco ever got banned, and obviously this is not realistic, but though it might be realistic, if tobacco got banned, what we would find is that all our cigarette companies would be replaced by pot companies, marijuana companies. And we'd find that Philip Morris would be replaced by Joint and Morris, and R.G. Reynolds would be replaced by Pothead and Reynolds. It's just a joke. Honestly, I don't think that would happen. I think marijuana will stay an illegal substance for quite a while. But that's just my little joke in my head about cannabis being legalized and tobacco being banned. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. So, see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.